Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Zach Lewis. We have got one heck of a game today, one that I think you should get some popcorn for, because the Metro South County Braves are coming to take on the Bethesda Big Train. Zach, how are you?
Doing well and excited to be back with the Big Train tonight. Big game is the Big Train, one over only to keep their top of the division and the league right now, and so Metro South County, a great team kind of in the middle of the pack. They have a dog in this fight, so it's going to be two teams that are going to be scrappy for and hungry for a win tonight, Carson.
Metro South County is currently sitting at fourth in the entire league, and obviously an 8-team seed playoff. They're going for a bye. A 4-seed secures a bye, a 5th seed does not. But we'll go very quickly through their lineup, as it'll lead off for them Owen Peltier. Nadav Mocklin, the All-Star, will be trailed by another All-Star in Robert Kelly in the trifecta hat-trick, you could say, of stars, with Colin Lott at the cleanup. Aiden Albright will play right and will man the 5th slot as Matt Wright, Ben Robinson, Caden Behan, and Christopher Kreese take on a pretty solid defense tonight for this side of Bethesda.
Well, it's a defense that we're pretty used to seeing here. We have in the outfield, left has Ryan Foscolo, in center field is TJ, who has moved out of the catching spot and is now in center tonight. In right field is Malvazio, the big home run hitter for the Big Train. Infield is made up of Casey Carpenter, Brennan Wright, and Logan Panette, with a shortstop of Kieran Coleman. Our DH tonight is Cal Johnson. The battery mate makes up Jack Gagan, who is catching tonight, and Charlie Hoagland on the mound.
It's a pretty standard, I think, alternate lineup, as Gonzalez out for today, as well as Coleman last night having 4 RBIs. Is going to be a big, really star to look for as he kind of comes into his own, a younger player who's looking for his newest school. But we'll take a quick second to take a brief break for this national anthem here on the Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. So, the man on the mound today will be Charlie Hoagland, the left-handed sidewinder out of Eastern Carolina. Will be on for another start today. He was very good in his last time out, Zach.
He was the Pirate against the Alexandra Aces, and then after that, I believe that was the Aces his last game there with the 6 innings pitched, the 0 earned runs, had 3 strikeouts there, so a really good outing from him.
I believe there was one start in the middle of that was even pretty much actually almost the same stat line. He had a very good time out last time. ECU honored him on their Instagram with how good he's been. The Sidewinder just re-signed, actually, back to the Eastern Carolina Pirates, confirmed. So he'll be spending his fall there and likely his spring as he goes and try and make amends to it. It was already a good season out of the bullpen, but it'll be very interesting to see with Jack Gagan making up that kind of big battery there. I mean, he is a very good man behind the plate. He's like a crustacean, maybe a hermit crab. He's got a shell, and he's very good. He might be a bit slower than Gramesty is, but he is extremely talented at stopping the ball and playing defense.
Well, recently Gramesty has been hard man to leave out of the lineup for Coach Sal Colangelo. Is playing in center field tonight, so obviously not in his usual catching spot, but as he's made himself valuable from the hitting spot, and he's just a player you need to have in the lineup at this point. He's proven to be a winner and a go-getter for your team, and he's really been an important spark plug for the Big Train in their winning streak.
The Gagan throwdown will then equate pretty much exactly to Owen Peltier. Leadoff man for this side is center fielder. He's very quick. Metro South County looking to rely on some legs, try and get runners over. It's hard to get a lot of extra base hits versus these Big Train, but they will have to do something to move a runner over, and Peltier is a good bet. Owen Peltier, 18 games this season. He's 6 for 8 on the base paths. Doesn't get there too often with a 400 OBP, which is not bad by any means, but a bit subpar compared to this league.
Peltier, a Virginia Military Institute player.
1-1. One missed out.
As you mentioned, hasn't had maybe the most standout season with the Braves, but very solid numbers with a almost 400 OBP and 300 slug.
Grounder to the replacement for Gonzalez today, Casey Carpenter. He comes up with it unassisted. Yeah, I mean, he's been good. He's a young player, obviously, going into his freshman year this fall at VMI for what I think is one of the most creative names in college sports, the Keydets for Virginia Military Institution.
Is very good. I love a pun for a mascot, huh?
Yeah, especially at a military school. That seems very off-brand in a good way. Kind of overcast here. I don't know if I'd describe it as overcast, but just hazy.
It's hazy. It definitely is. It's hard to see where the clouds start and the sky ends, so
air quality is fine. It just happens to, I mean, it's technically sunny, but there is just maybe something going on. Is that one in there for strike one? Now 1-1 count to the All-Star Nadav Mocklin out of Herut Israel. He's been very good this season. Former Team Israel infielder and guy who plays for his country. Has had a very good year so far with an OPS over 1,000 as he hits this one right up the middle. Gets past the glove of right, and he's on for the base hit.
The man who is involved in the youth systems and has played for Team Israel gets on base first for the Metro South County Braves, and that's the first hit to Charlie Hoagland on the mound.
Brings up the other All-Star in this 3-in-a-row margin. Robert Kelly, New Jersey native, playing out of the New Jersey School, Monmouth, one of 2 New Jersey universities in this lineup, with Christopher Crease Jr. at the bottom.
373 average for Kelly in this Braves team this year, so really, really solid batting from him.
Pitch misses outside after the pickoff from Hoagland. And quickly into a 1-0 count. First pitch strike, something we talk a lot about. That'll be what Hoagland is after today.
Many pitchers needing that first pitch strike to really help them use the pitch distribution that they want to in an at-bat, instead of having to use makeup pitches to come from behind. Instead, they can get ahead on their batters.
Quickly into a 3-0 count. Home Run Derby was last night. All-Star festivities in the MLB continuing, but you can still get live baseball here on the Big Train Baseball Network. 3-0. Pick off back to first, and the move has gotten a few runners before, but Mocklin is not fooled.
If you're a true baseball fan, you're not watching the All-Star game and following that. You're watching Bethesda Big Train Baseball.
That's what I think. I tend to not watch the All-Star game as the 3-0 is in there. I tend to watch it not focusing on it. It's always on. Three-one, third pickoff back to Mocklin, but Does not get him.
I do think sometimes the festivities surrounding the All-Star game are more fun, like the home run derby or three-point contest for the NBA, dunk contest.
That one fouled off, so he gets back from a 3-0 count into a 3-2. Well done to battle back for Hoagland. Lefty sidewinder is still young, going into his sophomore year, obviously, at ECU. Delivered, and it's a soft grounder to shortstop, collected by the likes of Coleman. He throws to first, and he's in time. He's beat him. Fantastic throw there from the shortstop, Coleman. Just in time. I didn't think he got him, but very close there at first.
Yeah, it is a really close play there, and Coleman doing a good job to collect that out quickly and making the play there over at first.
Kind of caught me off guard. I just didn't expect the call over there to be a out. Feels like those close calls have gone the way of Bethesda, though, lately. Mainly because of the great fielders. It's kind of hard to discount them, and Coleman only single-digit games this year as he's come on as of late as a replacement for injuries to Machado and Bonaris. As the 0-1 is grounded softly right side, but foul.
Well, and you've mentioned it, the fielding for the Big Train has improved significantly throughout the season as the lineup has gotten a little more sure as we near the playoffs for the Cal Ripken Senior League. Many players locking down their position night in, night out, and so the chemistry is really starting to build for this Big Train team this summer.
The 0-2. Hoagland trying to deal with Colin Lott, Western Michigan catcher. Swing and a miss, and Gagan doesn't need to throw at the runner who went. So Mocklin is left stranded as Hoagland ends the first inning with a strikeout. Well done, and the Big Train still drawn at 0 as they get their first chance to bat in the bottom of the first on the Big Train Baseball Network. So here's how the Big Train will line up. Cal Johnson to lead off at the designated hitting spot with Brennan Wright at Logan Panett, Zach Malvazio for 4 All-Stars in the top 3, as Panett is not an All-Star. Ryan Foscolo at 5th, Casey Carpenter behind him with TJ Gramsty, Kieran Coleman, and Jack Gagan making out 7, 8, and 9. Here's who he'll face.
Caleb Brist on the mound for the Metro South County Braves. The Carson Newman man is a rising freshman there, hasn't played games for them. 5 games played here for the Metro South County Braves, one of them being a start, 11.0 innings pitched. Has kind of a higher ERA here at 11.45, a whip of 2.5-ish, and 14 earned runs in the season with 9 strikeouts. So he will be looking to have a redemption round from the mound tonight, as his season is not gone quite the way he would have wanted with the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, he's an 18-year-old going to Carson Newman, a school in Tennessee, which kind of has long-reaching tendrils all around the country in terms of who they get, who they won't. They're a very far-distance school. A lot of guys from Iowa, a lot of guys from Illinois ending up there. As first pitch, swing and a miss to Cal Johnson, the switch hitter, will bat lefty to start, as wrist is a righty. His right wrist throwing it. 0-1. Pitch missing low and inside to Johnson. Very disciplined as of late. Not as many hits. His average has only gone down lately, but his on-base percentage up to over 400 now.
Well, what I would describe about Cal Johnson's recent performances is that they've just been gritty.
He's been getting into long ABs. I think it's very well said by you. Hasn't homered since his 2-homer day against the DC Grays, who we play later this week. 1-2. That one missing.
DC Grays game home and then away, both this week. The away game is supposed to be the last of the season, but Thunderbolts game rescheduled for the day after on the Monday.
Not to correct you, but I guess you are right in that it is a week, but it is next Tuesday is the Grays away game. Because that would be the 21st, no? And then 22nd is the rescheduled Silver Spring. As this one's popped out of the seats, not a lot of crowd here tonight. We've had a reschedule, and I haven't fully looked at the schedule because it did get changed this morning again. But we'll get all those game informations for you on the Cal Ripken website as the 3-2 is outside, and what you said is right there. Gritty at bats, gets into a 5-pitch full count. He walks. We'll go through the defensive lineup here for their side as it'll be Wright, Peltier, and Albright in left center and right. The middle will be Kelly and Crease. Brian Robinson, Behan at the corners with Lott making up the battery. But it does tell you, I think, a lot about how the season has gone with the rain.
Well, so the DC Grays game away, last scheduled game for the season is Monday the 20th, and the 21st is the Thunderbolts makeup rain game at Blair Stadium.
So 8 more games including today, I would guess, because we have only 8 more days. Maybe a doubleheader mixed in there. We'll see. I don't quite look at the schedule until it's 2 days out. We don't have a doubleheader in the next 2 days, so pickoff attempt and then a ball to Brendan Wright, another All-Star, tailing the top of this lineup. Bunt attempt down the line. It's foul. Some guys in that 2-0 count know they're going to get a pitch, and sometimes it's a pitch to bunt.
Oh, and it might have been there for Brendan Wright, who almost pulled it off, but it just drags a little foul there. But a good attempt there as he looks to advance his runner, Cal Johnson, from first.
Two-one. Brendan Wright. That one misses inside. Left-handed South Alabama Jaguars having a good year. Named to the All-Star team, of course. A 770 OPS with a 430 OBP, 340 slug, but had a 44-game on-base streak that was started last year. As this one is lined into left field, going to get down. Potentially it will. A single base hit for Brendan Wright as he moves Cal Johnson over to second.
Well, it's perfect single territory there for Wright. Hit where it split the fielders there in left. 2 runners on now for the man on the mound, Rist, for the Braves. Now has himself a little more of a dangerous situation here as he now faces Panette, who has been hot in recent games.
Yeah, just not the start on the mound that Rist was hoping for. Here comes that first pitch to Panette. Sandwiched between 2 All-Stars as Malvazio on deck. The kind of guy you want on with bases loaded. You kind of just got to ask Panette to at least move the runners over here. That's his job for Malvazio. But Panette himself has had a good year. Missed some time to illness, Has a 991 OPS. Likely would have made the All-Star team had he played more than 12 games prior to the break. As the 1-0, or the 1-1 misses, Drained 22-9 on the year. Metro South County 15-17. They hold the 4th seed in the league for the playoffs. 1-1. Half swing from Panetti didn't go. Two-one corner. At least one part at first is in for the side of Metro South County. Rist delivers. And a pitch that misses high. You're seeing early, I think, with Wrist having control issues. Pitchers, or hitters, excuse me, very selective and patient. We're going to see that all night against Wrist.
See maybe why his ERA is not exactly where he wants it. Is that one is hit straight up.
Can of corn as Logan Panette pops out to the right side at second. Well done by Crease to get there. I think one of my all-star snubs, but he's definitely hit a little poorly as of late compared to the hot start he had of the year. The Hoboken Tech, or excuse me, the Stevens Tech, New Jersey player going into his senior year. Hoboken, New Jersey is where that's in. That's on the other side of the river on a little extension from New Jersey that you can see Newark from. Zach Malvazio, the all-star in, and a big swing and a miss. This guy does not have the patience that we will likely see from other hitters tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's as much patience as just the willing and the ability to swing and make contact often. So he's going to swing more often than not, and sometimes it results in more strikeouts, but it can also result in some really big hits, and we've seen that as he leads the lead in home runs so far this season.
There is a euphemism that was used previously, I think, for some players that is negative, that I don't think is negative for Malvazio, that he doesn't see a pitch he doesn't like. And Malvazio, I think for him, he doesn't see a pitch he can't homer on, and that's true. Some selection issues, but he tends to fight well in these 0-2 counts. He struck out a bit more lately. Scouting report says he struggles with high breaking balls, but you're going to leave a high breaking ball against Zach Malvazio, and you're going to find out why people still don't use that against him. As now a 0-2 count, or the 1-2 count from the UCF outfielder. That one missing, and 2-2. Bit of a better shot for Malvazio here to get a pitch to hit.
Well, this Big 12 hitter pitched mostly for UCF last season, but will definitely find his way making a case for him to be in the lineup this next year at UCF.
The 630 slug is one of the best in the league. 2-2, and it's a ground ball foul. Keeps himself alive as he reaches out for one. His two-strike approach is very different. He's kind of always at his A swing unless there's two strikes. And in his two-strike swing, he just kind of, gives a gentle swing at it, which can still leave the yard because he is that strong. Malvazio is actually first in slugging percentage of batters that are qualified this year. 2-2. Big swing and a miss, and that's one that you can't give up. A slider from Wrist on the outside. 2 straight outs after 2 straight runners get on. Ryan Foscolo will be tasked to trying to get back into that one, but what a slider from Wrist.
It's a good pitch by Wrist, but Malvazio is rightfully frustrated with himself there. Definitely one he knows he should not swing at. It's pretty far on the outside, all the way in the other batter's box, and Wrist very happy to see the biggest bat of the big train back in the dugout.
Foscolo not to be underestimated, though. The Orlando, Kentucky Wildcat, Orlando, Florida native, who is a Kentucky Wildcat, is got an 849 OPS. Second heat wave of the summer getting to me today, as 27 hits on the year has been very good.
I think, Carson, you might need some ice cream tonight. Cool you down.
It's a good shout. The 0-1. That one misses outside. It's a good scoop behind the dish there. Colin Lott named an all-star, partly for his fielding, but especially for his bat, which has been pretty good. Struck out, actually, to end the first, then. 1-1. Right in the top frame as that one gets away from Lott. He can't hang on to a breaking ball that bounces before, and Caleb Wrist, while running down to cover the plate, kind of overextended his leg. And that looked like it hurt. He locked his knee. He came up kind of gingerly, but he looks all right.
Yeah, looks to be all right, but kind of a weird play on a pitch that got away from him there. Advances runners to second and third now for Foscolo, who has plenty of room to hit this one.
Wrist. It's a ground ball left side off of Foscolo's bat. They'll have to get the out to keep the run away, and they do. Well done by the third baseman, Robinson. We'll be right back. Big Train leave two stranded in the bottom of the first on the Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cass, joined by Zach Lewis. Pretty balmy day out there. A calm 86 degrees. Feels like a bit more at the front portion of a heat wave coming through the Metro and Montgomery counties. As that one misses inside, catches the jersey of Aiden Albright, who will lead off this top of the second for Metro South County. The Braves will have a runner on via the hit by pitch.
Unlucky one there for Hoagland. It just drifts a little too far outside, and maybe the jersey billowed out a little bit with the breeze here. Just got a piece of it.
Ground ball off of a bunt attempt, and they'll get him at first. So a sacrifice bunt for Matt Wright. Left fielder will lead things off, or tail the lead off. So two pitches, one out, one runner at second base quickly. It's kind of exactly what you're hoping for if you are on offense, but a good job by Matt Wright to do his job. He'll get some pats in the dugout.
Well, now pressure on Hoagland as he has a runner behind him in scoring position. Does have an out as well, so even in the inning.
Ben Robinson, third baseman, will tail him. Robinson for Metro South County this season's been pretty good. A 667 OPS, but as of late, it's been a very big increase as Hoagland's throw back to second nearly on a lob throw catches the head of Albright over there at second. Right, Robinson, a New Jersey native, going to the New Jersey Institution of Technology. As that one is tattooed down the line, he destroys one foul. But Ben Robinson, 5 hits in his last 5 games after starting the year, .0 with a 50 average. Now comes into this game with a 200 average and an OPS that's 350 points higher than it was the last time we saw him. 0-2. That one outside as Robinson lays off of the pretty enticing fastball there.
Well, as you mentioned, the Braves man has caught fire at the right time, really finding his rhythm in the tail end of the season and hoping to keep his momentum into this team that will be a playoff team.
1-2. This is hit very well into left field. Foscolo going back on it. It's gone. A 2-run homer for the Braves by number 2, Ben Robinson. They're up in this top of the second.
Robinson with a hit that he doesn't swing so hard on, but it just is the right angle, and it carries far on that one as it takes it over the left side fence line as the Braves open the scoring. Big Train down 2 runs now in the top of the second inning. Hoagland apologizing for that one as he kind of left the pitch right over the zone.
Yeah, Robinson fouled one off. That was a good hitter's pitch last time, and then the lefty took one opposite field very hard. That is a 2-run homer, puts them up 2-0. Caden Behan, the first baseman, will tail follow. He hits this one well into left. It's going to get down for a base hit as Foscolo will collect, and the hit party continues to celebrate for Metro South County.
Behan catches the bug, and we see a helm visit for Gagan. Going in and give his pitcher a second to breathe. But Hoagland losing a couple pitches over the plate, and all of a sudden it's a very different ball game for these Braves.
Dirt pretty dry today after some rain overnight, but did get hosed down. It's definitely, I think, one of the things to note today. We've seen players slip the last few days in that outfield. I don't think that's going to be the case today, as Foscolo kind of had a movement there that certainly, had he done that in a rainy weather, he would have flown forward and fallen, unfortunately, without any grip in that outfield, as it is a well-trimmed section of grass, which means it's got a lot more difficult to find grip when it's raining. If your cleats don't lock, you will go flying. 1-1. Hoagland to Christopher Creech Jr. after Caden Behan's single. Creech, solid year so far, 658 OPS. Kind of tailed off after a hot start. Name that Stevens Tech is Chip for the Ducks, as a swing and a miss on the 1-2. He got him. Good fastball extinguishes Creech Jr.
Creech knew there that he extended a little too far, as at the last second he tried to pull his bat back, and it wasn't a full swing, but it definitely was enough to earn him the strikeout there. Hoagland gets one from the mound.
Big swing and a miss for Owen Peltier. The leadoff man tonight, has his 2-out opportunity with one man on after the 2-run homer from Ben Robinson.
Braves quickly through their lineup.
A 1 foul back. Peltier, 700 OPS on the year, pretty quick. 19 hits, only one has been a double. Bit of a strikeout issue as well. They'll try and get him here. 0-2, a swing and a miss. Excuse me, foul backwards. Thought that caught the glove. It did not. It caught the bat, as Gagan quickly into an 0-2. He is a little mad at himself. The catcher behind the dish thought he might have been able to catch that.
Definitely a difficult play for him to make, but Gagan has very good framing and blocking ability, so one you wouldn't put past him to make.
0-2, grounded to the right side, and Brandon Wright gets it, throws it to first. That's the third out of the inning. So Ben Robinson destroys a 2-run homer in the second inning to give Metro South County a 2-0 lead. Big Train will try and respond in the bottom half of this inning. We'll be right back on Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. It's Casey Carpenter. He will lead things off after Ryan Foscolo's ground out stranded 2 runners. Big Train fell 2-0, or fell down 2-0 in the top of the 2nd inning on a 2-run homer, and quickly into a spot now where they're trying to dig themselves out of a hole against a Metro South County team that desperately needs a win. Same thing for Bethesda if they want that 1 seed in the playoffs. Only a game behind.
And to that exact point, as that one is fouled back, the Crop Dusters don't really seem to lose to anybody except the Big Train in recent games, so it's important to get the wins where they come against the other teams, as the Crop Dusters won again yesterday.
Big Train did the same on Sunday, but the win on Monday kind of evened them as they had played 1 less game than us. They're making up a game that we ended up playing a night of, or we ended up playing a doubleheader already for. That was the Metro South County doubleheader we already saw this season. 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. Collected by the shortstop almost. Kelly bounces off of his glove and gets into the outfield. Tough beat for the Hawk from Monmouth, but he cannot field that one despite being from the Garden State.
Well, it's too far in the grass there for him, but Carpenter doing his job for the Big Train there as he standing on first. Good way to start the inning for Big Train as they avoid leadoff out.
Ruled a infield single as a bit of a dirty jersey over there, TJ Gramesty. Now up as Carpenter dives back, Right-handed wrist delivers. He's had some struggle finding the zone and against a guy who walks quite a bit. We'll see just how patient Gramesty is. Having a pretty good night. Feels like every night so far this season. He's in center today. An all-star outfielder despite playing catcher primarily.
Has hit really well in recent games. Has got himself all the way up to 355 average from behind the plate and 16 RBI. So maybe you didn't choose as one of the biggest hitters for the Big Train, but has come in and been very effective.
2-0 to a tune of an over 1,000 OPS. He's been very good. Two-one count after he fouls one off. This one hit well but foul. Kind of barreled it a bit late as it's a changeup at the 2-2 now for Gramesty. Carson Newman Eagle wrist trying to keep the traffic down to a minimum, but it feels like it's rush hour in D.C. just filled the Beltway as 2-2 hit well into right field, pretty high in the air, and it'll end up foul just beyond the bullpen in right.
One might have just gotten over the fence if it stayed, but Taylor's too far to the right. In the hitting cages here at Shirley Povich.
Now the 2-2. They'll dance again. That one missing high and another full count. Feels like wrist has been a few tonight. That one misses outside, and TJ Gramesty does what it feels like he does every night, draws a walk. Last time out, TJ Gramesty walked twice. 1 for 2 day, he had a double. And he was driven in twice by the guy up to the plate now, Kieran Coleman. Fresh off of a 4 RBI day after a 2 RBI day. This guy has been one of the hottest hitters in the league since he's come up. And only 3 hits. He's just had a lot of big ones. Every hit so far he's had has gotten an RBI in, other than 1 of his 3, as that one bunt attempt from Coleman doesn't go fair.
Well, we immediately could notice the defensive impact Coleman made playing shortstop and second base for the Big Train, as there was a hole kind of left there by Bonarese's exit. And then as he warmed into this lineup, became quite the hitter as well. As you said, doing damage on pretty much all of his hits.
The 0-1. One misses high. Coleman thought of another bunt, trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt here.
Showing his cards, but the defense not coming in too far for it.
Corners are in. First baseman in a little bit more. That's Behan at first, then Robinson, who just went deep. That one just missing outside. Behan will charge on most of these, as the second baseman crease knows he's got to cover. Second baseman, when there are two runners on, typically has no responsibility other than cutoff, which would be the first baseman's responsibility when he's charging on a bunt, but he would just play it like that anyway. 2-1. A bunt right up the middle. It gets right into the hands of Rist, who kind of struggles with it, and Coleman, quick enough, he beats it. So a sacrifice bunt attempt. Instead, he comes up with a single, and they've got Rist surrounded in the second.
Well, once again, Coleman, light's not too bright for him here as he lays down a bunt that hangs up just enough time for him to get there over to first. Actually signals himself safe as he crosses the first base bag there.
Umpire didn't even need to do his job. Talk about robo-umps. Who cares? Let's just have the players do it.
It'd be incredible how many times they'd be safe at first base.
Yeah. Bases are loaded for Jack Gagan. They've got Caleb Rist in an unsticky situation for a guy who's been struggling to hit the zone, and when he has, feels like this season he's just been destroyed. Very young right-hander, a lot to learn, and he's done a great job in this league with such talented hitters. Righty delivers, and this one's fouled backwards off the netting, and quickly to an 0-2 count for Gagan. Gagan, a Knicks fan. Saw some pretty happy campers when they won, with him and his brother, Bradley, as well as his father. The 0-2 Rist needs a punch out here. Did he go? No, he did not. So a check swing from Gagan, but he does not go around. He survives as that one misses outside.
Just barely was able to hold his bat there from crossing the line. The umpire agreeing with the batter in that position.
1-2 from Rist. Line into right field. It's going to be right into the glove of Albright. Will be enough to attempt a sacrifice fly, and actually will be enough as well to get it in. So an RBI for Jack Gagan. Well done from the catcher in the portal, recently committing to Norfolk State.
It's a good job by the big train to, in response to the home run by the Braves, load the bases and put a lot of pressure on this young pitcher here, and they do what they need to do there. Jack Gagan gets a good sacrifice fly to bring a run in and half the lead for the Braves.
That one in there. Strike one to Cal Johnson, who's back up after his first inning walk. Ended up being stranded. Big Train feels like when they've had a deficit this year, they take a page out of Black Sabbath's book, the album Never Say Die.
I think that could be a very accurate mantra for this Big Train that have had lots of comeback wins, and just you can't count them out of a game until it's really over.
I suppose that's actually quite fitting, because the lead vocalist at that time in his final album is Ozzy Osbourne, and he obviously has the song Crazy Train, which has been, again, a pretty big mantra for this team. It feels like they have been quite the Crazy Train down. 2-1 lead, 1-1 to Johnson, and he hits this one pretty well in a right. It's a bloop attempt. It does get down. A base hit for the Maryland commit, and the Terrapin has another runner across. It is 2-2 on the Cal Johnson single.
Tie game as Gramercy jogs across the plate. Cal Johnson, RBI single, adds on to the runs total for the Big Train, and now it's tied, 2s apiece. Runners on second and first. Brennan Wright up to the plate.
Caleb Rist with his pumpernickel-colored glove trying to find some kind of break here as this one's fouled backwards.
Can't quite find the contact he wanted to on that one right, as he fouls that one into left.
Lefty singled his first time up. That one misses inside, nearly caught the kneecap. Luckily does not. That is a very not fragile area of the body. It's one that just hurts, though.
Does hurt. And everyone looking to go back into their college season with healthy knees, maybe a top priority.
1-1. As this one is hit high in the air, foul. Will end up in the bullpen, who we won't see, I think, too often or too early tonight. Despite the home run from Hoagland, he's been pretty efficient.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much, as you would say, a fluke pitch there that he knew right away that was not what he wanted to come off his hand, and he'll adjust and continue to do well in this game.
That one misses high for Brennan Wright, who has his first hit in 5 plate appearances in the first inning. Two-two. Pitch delivered, and that one missing inside. Well waited on.
Full count now drawn by Wright.
Full count. Right-handed wrist trying to deal with more traffic on the path. This one hit in the air again. I think trailing foul. It just gets out of play, so he survives, and another 2-strike foul ball means they will dance again on 3-2.
Coleman thought better of going on that pitch, but it stays foul, and Wright is able to stay alive on this one, forcing wrist. Throw another full count pitch.
Full count. Like we mentioned, 2 on, 1 out. Wright trying to move a runner in, and this one is the same foul ball as the last 3. So a 4th ball hitting that left side. He's a little bit mad at himself. He's seen his pitch about 4 times, and he's fouled it off to the exact same area every single time. (3-2). And he walked him. Patience from Brennan Wright pays off. He moves over to first base. The bases are loaded again. And Caleb Rist into another surrounded situation with Logan Panett to the plate, and they will have a brief meeting of the minds as his catcher, Lott, comes to talk to him. You know, a very good at-bat there from the likes of Brennan Wright. He did not watch a strike.
Well, I think
9-pitch walk.
Yeah, exactly. I think as you have a player whose experiences as Brendan Wright, he can do a good job reading the pitcher's body language and maybe sensing there a little bit of nerves or uncomfortability from the young guy on the mound, and so is very careful at what he swings at and does it exactly right, only taking a swing at something he knows he can make at least some contact on.
Left-handed Panett back up after they've conversated. Panett popped out in the first inning with 2 on, as that one misses outside. So, there's an opportunity with bases loaded again here. Doesn't want to leave more runners on. Had a pretty good season so far. Definitely has the pop in him, as an OPS just under 1,000, as that one in there on the 1-1 now. Wrist delivers to Panett, who hits this one in the air, center field. A broken bat, though, as it is caught by Crease. Throws it back in, well done, and a pop fly to the same area of the field, but this time it's really more the fault of the bat shattering.
Yeah, makes pretty good contact, but as you mentioned, the splinter taking most of the speed off of it there. A good defensive preventative measures stop any more runs from coming in for the big train on that one, as they now have their 2 outs. Like to keep this game tied if they can going into the 3rd.
So Zach Malazio into this thing. Struck out his first time up to wrist as that pitch misses high. Just tuning in with us, it's the bottom of the 2nd inning. First went scoreless. Top of the second, Braves did a 2-run home run by Ben Robinson, and a walk and a single start off what has been a rally so far of 2. Kieran Coleman singled. There's a big swing and a miss. Jack Hagan drove the first run in. Cal Johnson singled the second. And with Brendan Wright walking, Logan Burnett popping out, that's how we find ourselves at 2 out with the All-Star Zach Malvazio, the league leader in homers, up to bat in a 2-2 ball game with bases loaded, 2 gone. That one missed outside. Riss trying to give him that same pitch that he struck out on. Malvazio the wiser this time. Pitch in there for a strike on the 2-1. Malvazio trying some patience out.
Well, he knows here he has an opportunity with a walk to bring a runner in, so definitely being more conservative with his pitches here.
Half swing as Malvazio is able to hold up on the 3-2, and we'll have a payoff pitch. A lot of tension here at Shirley Povich Field. Warm night. This ball's got a lot of carry. We saw it with Ben Robinson. Doesn't take much for this thing to leave the yard. Bases loaded. Action pitch. Malvazio swings and misses. He strikes out again, and wrist escapes the jam. Not unscathed, though. 2 runs are plated on the sacrifice 5 by Gagan and Cal Johnson single. Be right back, now drawn even. Brand new ball game in the top of the 3rd on the Big Train Baseball Network. Parker Corbin. Parker Corbin, one of a few members on this bench today with Emilio Gonzalez, Rittenauer, and Flukie. As first pitch from Hoagland in there. Curious to see how the bench is utilized tonight. The 0-1 and that first pitch in there to Nadav Mocklin. The All-Star singled his first time up in the first inning. It's the top of the 3rd on the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Casper, Zach Lewis. I meant to make a point about the bench and kind of got ahead of myself there as I was just reading what I'd written down. – 2-1 now as that one misses outside.
For all those at home, I was nodding in solidarity with them. Parker Corbin is on the bench tonight.
2-1 in there. Good pitch at the knees. Some bench performances. There's some performances from guys who are normally on the bench tonight. As Kagan has sat for a few of these games. Come back out now to catch with the designated hitting Johnson. Kind of allows Coleman to play the field and Wright to play second, as well as mainly Foscolo staying in the lineup. Was Carpenter mainly the benefactor as the 3-2 ground ball on the full count to the right side, and Mocklin is extinguished for the first out of the 3rd.
Yeah, the player who has probably given way from the starting lineup, you'd say, other than Gonzalez, would be Will Hack in center, now that Gramesty moves there, because Gagan is now playing catcher tonight.
So it'll be the left-hander trailing Robert Kelly, another All-Star. Braves led the league with 5 position player All-Stars, as that one misses high. Big Train only had the tied lead for overall All-Stars with 6. 1-0. Ground ball left side, and it's foul.
Kelly does have 7 doubles on the season, so a pretty good slug with his 5 home runs there. Make up some pretty good extra base hits this season.
So pretty interesting. Daniel Machado left the season due to injury on the 28th of June, I believe it was. No, the 25th of June. And Mocklin last night hit a double, which was the first guy to take sole possession of first place in doubles since Machado had left. So it took over 20 days for Machado to lose his league lead in doubles despite not playing in any of that.
Definitely sad to lose Machado for the rest of the season. As you say, he was putting up some pretty big numbers and was a key contributor to this Big Train team as well.
2-2 misses. And a full count now again to Robert Kelly.
As I've mentioned, Bonaris over there in the shortstop and second base spot, who we lost and Coleman came in for, but Machado also a player in that spot.
3-2 ground ball right side, and Brandon Wright, who was subbed for Parker Corbin at the start of this inning, gets it out.
Fortuitous with your Parker Corbin call there, as he has made the sub for Brendan Wright. Second. He's played there a little more recently, as he's a kind of catcher, middle infield player.
Corbin, a second baseman, third baseman, and catcher, you mentioned. As that first pitch in there to Robert Kelly after the ground out. Excuse me, to Lott after the ground out to Kelly over there at second. Stands a lot emptier than they normally are tonight, as this is a makeup game. And it's hot. 3-1. This one hit in the air, foul territory. Chasing after it is the catcher and third baseman combo, but neither of them can make a deal good enough, as that one's out of play.
Well, it's a warm night tonight, and it's going to heat up even more tomorrow, as Republican Senior League is heating up too. We're feeling the playoff pressures rising in the tail evening of this season.
Yeah, and the championship game would be very interesting to see, as the 1-2 misses inside. The trainer projected to play the only crop dusters in that. They right now have a bye to the semifinal. It'd be very hard to lose that bye, as they would have to drop half of their remaining games. They are 11-1 in their last 12 games. They have 8 games left, 2-2, including today. Tied a ball game earlier. MLB All-Star game on tonight, but Wizards Bulls, the Summer League matchup for tonight, is the number 1 pick, AJ DeBasania. You want to correct me there?
That's DeBonsa, but
DeBonsa. Pop out to the left side as he will take on the 4th overall pick, and Caleb Wilson. Excuse me, I wanted to let you have that one, as the Big Train still tied at 2. 3 up, 3 down for the first time tonight as we head to the bottom of the third. So 2 runs in the last inning for Bethesda on behalf of Gagan and Johnson. They drove those in as they'll have a second go at it. After they leave them scoreless in the top of the third, they'll try and respond with some different results as things will be led off by Ryan Foscolo, the only man not to bat in the second inning.
Foscolo in the bottom of the lineup for the Big Train. Only crop dusters, if those doing a live standing watch, are actually down.
Yeah, it is that time of the season.
6-2 to the Southern Maryland Senators today.
That's kind of good for Bethesda. You kind of think of it as, well, only if they lose today, get off your tail. But it does get the Senators to that exact same marker. If only loses and Southern Maryland wins, and the Big Train win, it'll be both teams 2 games back. Both teams 3 games back if the Big Train win. If the Big Train lose, it'll be 2 games back for both sides.
Jackson Hayes already with 2 RBI on the night.
Not the Lakers forward. 0-1. Left-hander now in as Foscolo hits a line out over to third. Well done in the hot corner. As we didn't even get to intro the pitcher, Cameron Main out of Roanoke, Virginia, the Lynchburg, Pennsylvania school. 6 innings pitched this season, 9 ERA for the left-hander who just got their 6.1 there on the hard line drive.
Robinson, really good heads-up play there as it's straight into his glove.
He can handle the heat over there very clearly. First pitch missing on the outside corner. As it's Ryan Foscolo's tail partner here, Casey Carpenter in the start. Earlier game, Alexandria Ace is the other one. They are up like this ball is, deep to left field. Casey Carpenter just destroyed one. Big Train out of the lead, a solo shot for the first baseman.
Casey Carpenter, his first home run of the season. Kind of out of left field, if you will, and that's where it goes. Casey Carpenter has put the Big Train ahead 3-2.
Fantastic use of that euphemism and fantastic use of the lumber for Carpenter. We saw it earlier with Robinson. It doesn't take much for a ball to leave this ballpark tonight, and he destroys one. No doubter over the Catalyst hot dog sign in the left. As that was a fantastic hit to give the Big Train a lead. TJ Gramesty will follow, but goodness, Scully cannot leave a pitch there. And that is the first home run of this, or third home run of the season given up by Maine. As ground ball right side off the bunt from Gramesty, slips, and he can't get there. He tries to plant his feet and take some dirt with him, and a single for Gramesty as a result.
How about the speed from Gramesty putting on pressure there as the one is chopped short just along the right side line. Gramesty now reaching. One out here, but a run already scored on a solo shot and a runner on the base now as pitcher for the Braves will have some work to do here. Cut out for him in the bottom of the third.
So quickly, Kieran Coleman up to bat after that solo shot with a runner on. Lefty delivers. Maine left that one right down Main Street, I think, for Carpenter. Has to avoid that here, you mentioned. Redshirt at Lynchburg in 25. Did not play in 26 for Maine. He's only pitched one inning in his college career as he goes into his senior year now. 1-0, this one hit into the air and right. Albright under it, and that's the second out of the inning.
Just underneath it there from Coleman, and that's exactly what you need for Maine to have a bounce back out there. Don't want to go down too far, to the big train, as their bats can make you really pay, especially in the late innings this year.
So what I was going to say is Silver Spring down up 7-2, on the Aces. A big blow for the Aces. Hopes to find an extra bye there. They're in the 6th seed. You'd need to win 2 games, and the teams above them, the Braves and I believe it's just the Braves ahead of them need to lose one for them to get a better bye here, as 0-1 now. They're in that 5 seed. Gaithersburg in the 6th seed. 8 games behind the big train. Aces are 7.5 for the Braves and 8.5 for the Giants. As the 1-1, before that they'll pick back off to first as Gagan sacrifice flies last time out. 2 outs as a runner on first.
Gagan has been very good this year at making contact when he needs to.
Ground ball left side, and not the hardest hit, but he puts it perfectly on the ground, and a base knock for the catcher keeps things moving in this inning.
It's kind of been Gagan's MO, as I was mentioning, as Will Hack, I mentioned, did not get the start in center field as the courtesy runner today for Gagan, as he is awarded one, being the catcher in this league. But Gagan's MO for hitting so far this season, been very good behind the plate as a catcher, but he's kind of made contact. It hasn't been huge contact, but made enough contact in moments that matter. Lots of sacrifice RBIs and kind of singles that are slapped in by him. So really good there as Maine looks to limit the damage.
2 plate appearances already for Johnson. As we're in the 3rd inning, he's bat every inning. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. A walk and an RBI single. Try and add on to that with a runner in scoring position. TJ Gramesty, who leads the team in stolen bases. See if he tries to go over to third. 0-1 right up the middle. Comebacker can't get caught by Maine. Gramesty, his speed. He will round third, head home, and it's a poor throw from center. Peltier can't get anything on it as Gramesty scores, and an RBI single again for Johnson makes it 4-2.
Catawampus throw back into the infield there allows Gramesty to score easily, as they don't even make a play at the plate. Really nice hit there from the leadoff man, Cal Johnson, and that one is whipped right over the pitcher's head and into second base, behind the second base field. Big Train rolling now, up 4-2.
Off kilter. I think as well for the throw there, as Parker Corbin now pinch hitting for Brennan Wright. Or hitting for Brennan Wright as he replaced him at second base. Johnson's second RBI of the night. He moves to first. Gramesty scores, but Hack is only able to get to second. 1-0. Pitch right on the upstairs corner.
Corbin a little frustrated with that one, but interesting substitution early on by head coach of the Big Train, Sal Colangelo, bringing his veteran man off early.
Right on the dugout wall, replaced for the Akron commit Corbin, one of the more patient hitters on this team. Started off very hot after he returned from a finger laceration, but since has been a bit cold. 2-1 count. Hack's pretty far off. Maine won't concern himself as this one's lined foul.
You mentioned Hack with a pretty significant leadoff there, the second baseman for the Braves. Crease Jr. calling for the pickoff attempt there, but Maine focused on his man at the plate.
2-2, runner goes, and there's no challenge because he did have that extravagant lead. As we come up with a stolen base, same with Cal Johnson. And Big Train of 2 in scoring position, now a payoff pitch as Corbin does well to lay off an outside slider. You always kind of want to go heater when you know a runner could go, but sometimes you're trying to get the batter out. And with 2 outs, you're always going to focus on the man at the dish. Lefty Corbin against the lefty Maine. 3-2. Called strike 3 on the upper portion of the zone. Corbin not happy with that one, but 2 runners are left stranded. The big train did take a 2-run lead, however, a solo shot from Carpenter and another RBI single from the All-Star Johnson. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network, now up 4-2 in the top of the 4th. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Zachary Lewis. I almost said Zach Malvazio. I had to say your full name to remind myself that you are not the All-Star who will come up in the next inning. He's due up in the bottom of the 4th. We're in the top. Aiden Albright leading off. He was hit by a pitch and driven in by a homer as the first swing he can't hit.
Do you think Carson and I make the All-Star broadcasting team for the Cal Ripken Senior League this year?
I mean, you did.
It's true. I was here.
we did make the team.
We did make the team. You're right.
0-1.
And Tim Kirchin, too.
He did. That makes sense. Kind of a shoe-in from the start. 0-1. As he's pretty good. That one missing inside. Now 1-1. Hoagland, the sidewinder, still doing pretty well. He's been a sheriff on the mound. Just dealing out justice to hitters as the 1-1. Big swing and a miss. Quickly behind is Aiden Albright, who did not see a pitch that didn't hit him before this at-bat. 1-2. Slow breaking pitch and a little bit outside. Albright does well to lay off of it. Tough part about Hoagland is the fact that his pitches all come out of the same arm slot.
Definitely makes it difficult for a batter to read what's coming next.
Fly ball into right off of Albright's bat, but not quite the lighthouse power he was hoping for on that one. It's all right, though.
2-2 count here for Hoagland, who has fought well in his appearance on the mound so far.
Albright watches one on the inside corner, and it's a ball. Misses a little bit at his knees, and quickly into a full count. Hoagland trying to be as efficient as possible. Likely, with how much traffic he's seen, won't go beyond 4 to 5 innings. As the 3-2, he fouls it off his own foot. And the 6th pitch of the at-bat will turn to 7 as he clobbers his toes.
Hoagland looking to deliver.
(3-2) hard ground ball to Coleman. He takes the worm burner, throws it to first, and a difficult play. He got him as Carpenter had to make a tag. Well done from the first baseman subbing in tonight for Emilio Gonzalez, as that is not the easiest play in the world.
No, it was a great reach by Carpenter to make sure the ball doesn't get past him, and then to get down quick enough with the tag and
get the runner out. Hoagland, his pitcher, give him a big thank you after that one.
First pitch missing inside to the left-hander Matt Wright. Left fielder tonight. Wright has played 25 games for the Braves as the 1-0 in there. One thing we note about Robert Kelly as well, who started the second inning as this one hit into the air to center. Gramsty will have it for the second out. Robert Kelly, the shortstop for their side tonight, leads the league in games and at-bats and plate appearances and still has an OPS over 1,000. Talk about an all-star who definitely is well-deserved. He's absolutely in contention for hitter of the year with 5 home runs, 25 RBIs, and 44 hits, which does lead the league. It makes sense because he has about 30 more plate appearances than anybody else. Lefty Hoagland's first pitch in there for a strike as Wright flies out. It's Ben Robinson. 2-run homer his last time up. Hoagland being careful with him here, Zach.
Well, absolutely, and it's a human night tonight here. Shirley Povich, the ball's going to move and gain elevation nicely, and so Hoagland has to be careful what he leaves for. The man has proved to be a big hitter.
Good pitch on the 1-1. It's in there. Now 1-2 for Robinson as he tries to recreate his last at-bat. That one missing outside. Right, he's got a pretty good view of it as it's a side-winding lefty in Hoagland, who definitely is showing that pitch very early. 2-2. This one popped foul. Back into the seats.
Hoagland doing better to shield his pitch on that windup a little better, making it a little harder for the batter Robinson to get a good look at it. Doesn't make great contact, and it's fouled to the right side.
2-2. That one missing outside, and we'll have payoff with nobody on as Ben Robinson works his way to a full count with 2 outs. Hoagland trying to get out of this inning clean. Just missed inside, and a walk administered to Robinson as he will be not the 6th batter retired. Instead, it will bring up Caden Behan, who followed his homer up earlier, or Robinson's homer up earlier with a single. Try and move him over this time as he walks.
Hoagland unable to retire the man who gave him the earned runs there.
Ground ball foul. Still deciding to throw his Panette as he tries to get some arm work in there. Pretty good throw, but Behan this season is playing his first base tonight, but in his 15th game, a Shenandoah University commit. He will join the Hornets next season. 0-1. Good pitch on the upstairs outside corner.
Hoagland, when he gets ahead of these batters, has been pretty successful. Not able to close the door on Robinson last time up, but definitely has quite the array of pitches left to use here on Behan.
Yeah, 2 fastballs. Kind of setting that paint up. He can choose whatever he wants here on 0-2. Pitch in there. It's a beautiful breaking ball, and Hoagland got him. He's caught looking bewildered by that changeup as he'll be the last batter for them in the top of the 4th. 1 runner stranded. Big Train will have an opportunity to add on to a 4-2 lead in the bottom half of this frame. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. 4-2 Big Train lead. They have already stranded themselves. 7 runners left on. More efficient on the other side with their 2 as they've only left 3 runners on. As I'm Carson Cash, joined in the booth by Zach Lewis. It's the bottom of the 4th. Big Train looking to add on to a 2-run lead. Trying to keep this playoff race ahead. A loss today from Olney would be pretty big for them, as they are still down to the Senators in the 6th. 1-0 as the first pitch misses, and the second pitch outside to Logan Panette, who leads off this inning. Cameron Main, the pitcher that tailed Caleb Rist, who Rist went 2 innings, 3 hits allowed, a run, and 2 strikeouts. Main already given up 4 hits and a home run. 2 runs as the 2-1 is grounded. Hard, but foul. Evens at 2, and Maine delivers. That one fouled back into the right side. Right off of the pole, I believe.
Well, hopefully not off the pole and into somebody's BMW in the parking lot. That one, dangerous one at Shirley Povich.
Ground ball up the left side. Panette gonna have to beat this one if he wants it, and he can't get it. Good throw by Kelly there, and that's the first out.
Panette running hard through the first base there. Props to him as well. But the defense there for the Braves. On time and deliver the out here. Will bring up the home run leader for the Cal Ripken Senior League, who's not in the booth tonight, but he's on the field.
He is on
Zachary
the field.
Malvasia.
On that BMW comment, quick shout out to the high school interns who were very keen on getting us to say a few words, such as pumpernickel and crustacean on the broadcast tonight. I think that officially does it. We split it 3-3. I gave him my nod of approval when he used it there as the 1-1.
I think you just took all the fun out of it by telling everyone that we did it, but you know what?
I mean,
they didn't know beforehand.
I don't know. I always say it on the broadcast. 1-1 is hit well into left. Tough play on it. It gets over the head of the left fielder right as an easy double for Malvasio. I mean, they have to find out what words it was, though. I guess I did just say 2 of them.
You gave them like all of them.
No, we still have 3 that they don't know about.
Malvasio, a good hit there to get into second base. We're having fun. The Big Train are having fun. They're leading by 2, 4-2. Malvasio, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. He finds himself on second base. Leaves the man after him, Ryan Foscolo, up.
Big Train are running circles around this Braves squad in the hit department. 9 hits to 3 already in this bottom of the 4th inning, as that is the 9th of the game for Bethesda. Runner in scoring position with 1 out as Foscolo hits this one well into center field. Peltier back at the track. He gets there enough to get Malvasio over to third. As the throw was not in there in time, Malvasio not one to slide too often. Did beat it standing, but he'd rather have a car and drive it to first.
Well, Malvasio there shuffling into third base. Would have been a little embarrassed of the outcome if he had not been quite in time. But the throw just a little late there off a pretty big hit from Foscolo. It takes it all the way back into the fence warning track area, but not quite enough to take it off the fence or out of this park.
Yeah, and I think that's why Malvasio hits a lot of home runs. He just doesn't like running all that much. And I think that's completely fair.
Yeah,
if you don't like running that much, you either walk or you homer.
Well, that's exactly what you got to do. And I don't think your teammates are around here complaining too much about you not running if you're the one who's smashing it over the wall for them.
Not at all. 1-0 as that one misses outside. To his credit, Malvasio is a very high motor player. A lot of effort. He does not walk that much, actually. He has a lot of hustle doubles this season.
Watched them steal a few bases in a game
Ooh,
earlier this season as well.
2-0 off the throwing arm of the catcher Lott, as that one's fouled off the bat. Casey Carpenter is 2 for 2 tonight. He had a single and then left the yard with a solo shot in the third. Carpenter is able to keep the line moving. Could have Cal Johnson bat for the third inning in a row, or fourth inning in a row, excuse me, on the bottom four. 2-1. Ground ball left side. Tough play for Robinson. Throw to first, and did he get the tag? He did. Throw was a little cattywampus, but he's able to get the tag down anyway. Casey Carpenter out at first. That'll be the end of the inning. We head to the top of the fifth, 4-2. Big Train. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Zachary Lewis, as the Big Train trot out Charlie Hoagland for the fifth inning here. Left-hander out of ECU has been pretty good tonight, only allowing 3 hits and 2 runs in this ball game. It's been very good as of late, going deep into games, getting a lot of strikeouts as first pitch is in there to the tailman in this lineup, Christopher Crease Jr., plays for the Ducks of Stevens Tech in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Come back to Hoagland for a minute as he delivers that pitch that misses outside. Really nice in summer ball to have a pitcher who is able to go long into games and save a couple of your arms for a night. So Hoagland, a really necessary piece of this Big Train team.
Yeah, Crease has really got a rhythm in this box. It'll be interesting to see how Hoagland attacks him here on 1-2. A high school National Society for Arts and Letters Certificate of Merit winner. A 3-time finalist with his band as he played the trombone, as the 1-2 is fouled off his leg. A 3-time finalist as he played the trombone within the Honors Performance Series at Carnegie Hall.
Impressive stuff there. Athletic and academic and musical standpoint for a man who does it all, Christopher Crease Jr.
And you think about a guy who's got 2 very different interests. His favorite player, Shohei Ohtani, as the 1-2 is skied into left. Very high up there as it gets down into the glove of Foscolo in left.
Scolo calls his teammates off that one, and Hoagland gets another leadoff out here. Shirley Povich. It's a little pretty warm night with the humidity not letting the temperature go down too much, as we've already seen the sun dip below, but it stays bright here with the hazy sky and lights here in Bethesda, Maryland.
Weird kind of haze, because it's not an air pollution haze. It's just kind of like that out today as the 1-0 misses. This one destroyed down the line, and we see again just how hard the ball is getting hit with this humidity and haze, as Owen Peltier is able to Nearly, that one would have left the ballpark barely going down as a line drive missile got foul. One. Hit well into center field. Going to be a tough play for Gramercy and the shortstop Coleman, but Coleman's able to track that one down for the second out of the inning as a pop fly to the shortstop. It's not how Peltier wanted to end. Now his 0 for 3 day. The leadoff spot, very different for both sides, as Cal Johnson, our leadoff side, is a walk and 2 RBI singles for them, 0 for 3 at the top.
It's a very good play there for Coleman, who recognizes that that's going to be a very tough one for Gramercy to get able to come in quick enough on, and he takes a couple back pedal steps and is underneath it, well tracking it in the sky there for the second out.
Nadav Macklin, 1 for 2 tonight. He singled his first time up, beat out a grounder as grounded out in the third. So 1 for 2 as the 1-0. Ground ball left side. Diving play from Panette. Throw to first. Get him! What a throw from Panette, and the big train. 3 up, 3 down. They've been very efficient. Only a walk in the last 3 innings allowed for Hoagland. He has right the ship. Pretty smart for the Pirate, I'd say, as the big train 4-2. We head down to the bottom of the 5th. Right-hander Sam Mosman up to pitch, the Bethesda native. A two-way player, pitcher, utility, 5'10", 180. One of his first appearances on this season.
Mosman only coming in for 0.2 innings with 1 appearance for the Braves so far. Not give up an earned run in his less than an inning pitch there. So did not get a strikeout, so has seen very little time with the Braves, so kind of a new debut. Obviously, he has seen the mound once, but an opportunity to really solidify a spot or kind of show these guys at the Braves what he can do.
Comparison to how well the big trainer heading tonight, despite only having, I guess, only 4 runs in this 5th inning, they have done a fantastic job getting runners on. They've left a grand total of 8 runners on tonight. Did not score that last frame. It was the first time they hadn't scored since the first. The other side, the Braves have not had a runner in scoring position yet. It was a 2-run homer from a hit-by pitch that had the other runner on. That got them their lead.
Sam Mosman, a Bethesda, Maryland native, right at home here. Shirley Povich went to Bullis High School around here, majoring in sports management. Plays baseball as well there at NYU, is a Violet.
2-0 is crushed into right field. Back on it is Albright at the track, and Gramercy nearly left this ballpark a couple degrees of humidity higher. He would have had himself a home run, but can't use the weather tonight, at least to get that one, as that is a very deep fly ball. But, yeah, one of my favorite, I think, stories, NYU, a new baseball program. I think lately, I can't remember when they added their program back, but it was a revitalization. The Violets, I believe, is the athletic there. One of the prettiest jerseys ever. I'm trying to get my hands on one, but D3 teams don't always sell merch, which I think is really disappointing. I would absolutely buy a Violets jersey. First pitch, strike to Kieran Coleman, as Mosman has got his, I know, at least full inning of the season. His last time out, he walked 3 and then got the last 2 outs. Did not see the field again. One. Coleman saws this one backwards.
Saw 10 innings, Mosman, in 2025 with NYU. ERA of 6.75, 11 hits against, 9 appearances there. Gave up 5 doubles.
1-2 is fouled backwards. Also interesting to see. Didn't have that many strikeouts in 10 innings. Had a above average rate at 9, but Coleman has not been too bad of a strikeout victim this season. He's only struck out once, despite having an over 38% rate in college last year. 1-2. He was fantastic either way at an 854 OPS. Mosman going to try and expose that here, as that one's missed outside. He's given him a lot of outside pitches here. 2 in a row are fouled back, but now a 2-2 count. He's yet to actually hit the zone. That's a big wave at that one. His second strikeout of the year. I'd call that a commentator jinx, as Mosman just blew a fastball by him.
Exactly what the NYU pitcher needed there in order to start his night off well. Almost gives up a big one from TJ Gramesty on the first batter he saw, but a great at bat there as he gets back from behind and delivers a great strikeout.
Swing and a miss from Jack Gagan. Catcher tonight is 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly that brought home a run. He's been good this season.
Very good from Gagan. And I mentioned before, making contact on important pitches. That one popped straight up, but
bounces on the concourse. So a 0-2 count to the catcher, Gagan. Rowdy delivers, and that's a great breaking ball. Mosman strikes the last 2 batters out. Gagan not too happy with that one, but he knew it. Big Train still up 4-2, but they go 3 up, 3 down as Mosman gets some good work in for this side of Metro South County on the Big Train Baseball Network. So it's the right-hander Landry Winter to come on now. The portal righty will have his second appearance out of the bullpen this year, Zach.
New number 3 for the Big Train. played in only one game so far. Just 2 innings there, not the ERA you would want. The creep up kind of got away from him, but no. I believe these stats aren't entirely correct. He doesn't have an earned run.
Thought you were looking at the college stats. Does have 3 earned runs given up this year, I would believe would be the math. I don't really know. Unfortunately, I'm not that good at math. It is 3. 2 innings pitched this season. It's been very good. I apologize for that. Zach goes off my notes, and I didn't finish my notes, at least for that guy.
I can't complain too much if I'm using somebody else's notes, but
Well, you have a job, my friend, in the mornings, as Winter comes on to replace Charlie Hoagland. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. A lot goes into making these games happen with a lot of busy schedules, a lot of busy interns, so we really appreciate you tuning in. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis. Winter, a pretty tall righty, 6'3". He'll start off by facing Robert Kelly. Tall task, as the man who leads the league in hits, games, and plate appearances gets a guy he hasn't faced before.
Winter does have 2 strikeouts in his innings that he's played, so
Good strike in there. Fastball has touched 96 before. He takes it off of it as he's a starter normally. In the bullpen, it's a bit different as he blows the 1-1 right by him.
yeah, you could see as coming in as reliever has a little more permission to really challenge that zone with a high velocity pitch, and has done that well in his first batter that he sees. A great outing from Hoagland as well tonight.
Lined into right field off the bat of Kelly. There'll be extra bases as he rounds. Collected by Malvasio. He's got a good arm on his shoulders. Throw to second, and Johnson wasn't quite ready for it. Coleman wasn't quite ready for it, as the angle is a bit tough. Gets all the way over to third. Panette collects, and a well-tough throw from Malvasio. Coleman just not there.
It's the trade-off with velocity from a pitcher is if you get a good hit on it, it really moves, and that one moved really well into the right side of the field there for the man who is at the plate for the Braves. Really good double from the All-Star Kelly there to start off this inning for the Braves. They need to work themselves back in, as they've not scored since the 2-run home run from Robinson in the second.
Winter trying to weather the blizzard here, as he has been a little cold. 0-1. Swing and a foul ball backwards off of Colin Lott's bat. Left-handed hitting catcher is the only lefty that earned all-star monikers at the catching position this season. He does not throw lefty, which I think is kind of interesting. I'm not sure it's a big issue as much as they made it seem. Winter throws back to short. Had the runner beat, but Coleman was not on the bag, and before the 0-2, it's a failed pickoff. Winter trying to find something in his bag here. Ground ball right side, hard hit, collected by Carpenter. The runner will move over to third. So some pats on the back for Colin Lott as he grounds out unassisted to first. Grass helped there. A hard ball into the ground. It was on that slider. Found a good piece of it, but was just under it, as Lott will be trailed by Aiden Albright. He is 0 for 1 today with a hit by pitch. This one is just behind the bat. Fastball etched foul. 0-1 from the righty Winter. Is a far cry from the lefties we saw earlier. He does not have as much finesse as Hoagland, who already went 5 innings in this game, but he's got a lot of power. Much more of a hard fastball guy as a rising sophomore, throwing up to 96.
Definitely going to look to punch it in the zone more than Hoagland from his sidearm angle.
And he goes top down like a, almost trying to hammer the zone, literally. Two one. Kind of check swing from Albright, nowhere near a full swing as that one misses, and quickly into a 3-1. He'll try and deal again and get out of the jam with a runner on third. In there on the 3-1, fastball at the knees. A knee buckler nearly as he has to stop himself from walking to first.
Winter now fighting back on a full count.
3-2 on the outside corner. He got him. Good pitch to extinguish Albright for the second out.
Really good pitch there as he finds a good piece of the zone right where you want to put it, where you don't want to swing at it, but the Braves man maybe wishing he would have, as he sits down looking, and Winter wanting to lower his ERA in this one.
0-1. Now the 0-1 sawed off right side. Going to be a tough play as it does go out, so no play to be made by Carpenter. Winter, a very smart player. He had a 4.0 GPA in his freshman year, but also his way he mixes stuff up is really interesting. He does have a fastball, a four-seam that touches 96, a slightly slower one with some drop, and a two-seam as well. Arsenal features not as many hooks, but he's a 3 fastball guy as well with a cutter that sits around 84 to 86. But 2 hooks with a slider and a sweeper, as well as a changeup. So this guy can go with a 6-pitch mix as a starter. He tends to go 5 picks. Only 3 to 4 he's using out of the bullpen as the 1-2 is hit well into left field. Not good enough as he's just under it. Matt Wright flies out to Foscolo to be the third out of the inning. A runner stranded at third. Things going well for the Big Train here as they head to the bottom of the 6th, still up 4-2, a lead they earned in the third. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network as they try and add on. Returning to the mound is the right-hander Sam Mosman, an NYU product. Went to the Bullis School, which I would have to guess is a private school. First pitch in there to Cal Johnson. He came up in the first, second, and third. Now here in the 6th. Johnson will have his 4th plate appearance as a big wave at an 0-1 fastball puts him into an 0-2 hole. Mosman the 0-2 and a ground ball right side, well struck, but on the ground over to the second baseman crease. Just throws a little high. Well handled there by Behan at first, and the first out of the inning is collected. So Mosman and New York Violet, which just sounds cool.
That campus is awesome too, just right in the heart of New York City and Manhattan.
My cousin Skylar going there for, I believe, some kind of fashion design. I really hope that's right. Shout out Skylar. It's a hard school to get into. Golly, I would not have. 0-1. It's in there on Parker Corbin.
Well, my father, when deciding between places in the NBA, was between being a Terrapin in Maryland and NYU, and as much as he wanted the city, he did choose to stay home with the Terrapins.
0-2 misses outside the highly selective Corbin, like your father. 1-2. Outside. Corbin came into this game after Brendan Wright left in the third. Came in at the top of the third as a defensive replacement and in the lineup.
I believe Brendan Wright was all right on that one. Hopefully not an injury substitution. Just a
2-2 destroyed down the line into right. It is just foul. That one did not have enough to leave the ballpark, but it nearly went fair for what would have been extra bases and a tough carom to receive. As now in the 2-2, he'll have another shot. Yeah, Wright is up on the dugout, so that's a good sign. Pretty tough guy. Has played a lot of games this year. 44-game on-base streak was broken as a Cal Ripken Senior League record. Corbin now 0-for-1 since replacing him.
Corbin looks like a very healthy replacement. As that one just clips the pole to stay in the park. Good strike there.
Looking again, he is unfortunately bewildered on that inside fastball, which got him the first time. Same kind of pitch. Corbin doesn't like it, and he goes down looking. Tough beat. Corbin, a Akron commit, working on his selection this summer he talked about, and he has been ultra selective.
And such a defeating play to have one almost leave the park, and the next one you look at it's a strike that just blows by you to get sat down looking, and you'll look to bounce back next time up.
It's the game of baseball, unfortunately. Good run of form. Kind of turns into just being unlucky because Corbin has hit this ball very hard as of late. It's a fantastic Bethesda lineup, and he only adds to it, it feels like, when he's in, but that way he's just been unlucky as the 1-1 grounded softly down the line. Will end up foul for Panett. 2 outs.
That has not missed pretty much a single game since he came back from extended illness. Subbed in as pinch hitter in the lineup and is now just found his way easily back at his spot now in third base.
First pitch missing low, as what I think is the cooler logo. The American League is up 3-0 after a 2 RBIs from Bellinger and 1 from Rice. So the Yankees putting the AL on top 3-0 in the MLB's Midsummer Classic, which they call the All-Star Game. The Midsummer Classic coming here, hopefully, potentially, as the playoffs coming to Bethesda confirmed now. I think they've officially made the playoffs with at least a bye. Very hard to lose it. Magic number is now 1 to 2 more wins to secure a 1 or 2 seed, as that one ends up in foul territory in the Pavilion.
Well, something I like to take a look at. Obviously, Carson, a lot of players and teams love looking at your win streak, and that's the loss theirs. But if you look at just like the last 10 games, it'd be really telling of a team's form. Obviously, you lose one here and there. Baseball, anyone could beat anyone on a given night. Full count is fouled off, but Big Train last 10 are 9-1. Closest to them is Crop Dusters, who are 6-4, and Southern Marylanders lead the South are 5-5 in their last 10. Same with these Braves who we see tonight. So just unarguably in the best form in this league right now.
3-2, he missed, so Panett will walk on a pretty close pitch. Mosman can't go 6 up, 6 down as he concedes his first runner. I mean, even in that, beyond that, they've been very hot as of late. It's been tough to beat them. Big Train, I believe, in their last 14, or at least 14 and 2. Or excuse me, or 12 and 2. And prior to that, been very good.
But a very good July for the Big Train. That one is hit into center field.
A line out from Malvasio. Pretty well struck. They are 15 and 2 in their last 17, the Big Train has 4-2 lead. They can't find anything with the walk. A runner is stranded as Malvasio tattooed one. We'll head to the 7th now on the Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Landry Winter will be on after he struck out one and made sure his leadoff double did not turn into anything here, as he's got the 7th. Pretty tough for both sides. Only 2 runners in the last 3 innings for everybody. As ground ball up the middle, Coleman take a hard grounder off the bat of Robinson and extinguish it to first. First out of the inning.
This is how we do it, playing in the ballpark, and that's how the Big Train defense do it. They've been really solid, especially Coleman in that shortstop spot, making the plays he needs to. Lots of balls into his glove tonight and made the throws over to first he needs to.
Pitch missing outside to the likes of Caden Behan, the first baseman tonight. The 1-0 now from Winter. Left bat's pretty cold against him. Tired his last 4 in a row. The 1-1 now from the righty Winter. Breaking ball high, and mentioned that he's a power pitcher with some control issues. When he is in the zone, and we've seen that these last 4 batters he's retired, he can be very dangerous to deal with. He's good at drawing contact, but when you're throwing that hard, it's sometimes difficult when you can't place it. As sky turning kind of a threatening purple, like it's going to rain, but it isn't scheduled to rain tonight.
I almost want to say lavender colored sky tonight.
I think it at one point once was. Is that one too low? A drop 3 strikeout. Winters is able to get the K, but a tough play there as Gagan can't come up with it, and a passed ball will result in Caden Behan reaching on a strikeout, something that we've seen a fair bit this season.
Yeah, it has happened quite a few times at Shirley Povich.
Gramesty, the, I say, worst blocker of the 2, but has been able to get those more just because of his arm power and his sheer athleticism. As now man at first with 1 out.
Yeah, definitely two very different catchers that the big train rotate between mostly. Parker Corbin not played since his laceration, but Gagan much more focused on blocking and framing, while Gramesty, as that one is fouled back over, and it's in the parking lot again. But Gramesty a lot more focused on his checked throws. Has a really nice arm, and has the kind of eye and the knack for some pickoff attempts. Had a really nice one at third the other night to get the second out in an inning that proved really helpful and just really good for a coaching staff to have really different looks at catchers.
Line down the line for Crease. It's going to be extra bases, as that one will be a tough one off the wall for Malvasio. Will pick it up. Crease will go to third. The runner will come home, and a triple for the Duck. Braves have themselves a one-run deficit. A well-done at-bat by Crease, who takes an inside fastball all the way down the line.
That's, for the Braves, what they need to get back in this game. One-run score brings the lead to, with only one. Big Train do not have enough run cushion here. Seventh. Braves, a very good team, fight back. Now have a runner in scoring position on third with only one out here.
Infield in, as that one low. Corners are in. Middle infield obviously in. 4-3. Lead now 1. The tying run at third. Big Train do not want to concede the lead here, with the bats being silent, as Mosman's been great. A diving play over there at first. Well struck. It's going to be down the line. Extra bases. Maybe 3 again. He will round, but will stop ultimately as a double. The third hit given up tonight by Winter. All extra base hits. And another RBI there. And you think back to that drop third strikeout. And now a tie ball game kind of because of it.
Well, after two balls kind of get eaten up by the Big Train there in the right side of the warning track. Tie game here now as the Braves take it even at 4s. Quick visit on the mound from Gagan to his pitcher, Winter.
So, good double from Peltier. Over there at second now. He's got the all-star Nadav Mocklin. Kind of the right guy for this situation. Israel-born shortstop has been fantastic this season. Probably the best offensive shortstop only, as Cal Johnson does play third. 0-1. Say probably pretty even between Johnson and Mocklin, but Mocklin might actually have that edge.
Yeah, it's been very good. Johnson maybe a little better with his power, but pretty even between those two.
1-1. Pitch missing outside. Mocklin's had a few more hits, but less walks, less RBIs, and less homers. Prefer the guy that's hit better in the clutch, and that is he likes of our shortstop, regularly Johnson. He is DHing tonight, of course. Big swing and a miss, and Mocklin into a 2-2 count. That heavy fastball from Winters, if you don't time it up, tends to get right by you.
Well, a couple of hitters have found the timing on that fastball from Winter, as we've talked about, has plenty of velocity on it, but looking to blow past another one here.
Runner goes. Gagan has to fish it out low, so he's stolen base for Peltier.
Good timing from Peltier on that one. Kind of makes Winter a little distracted on his throw there that gets a little low and makes it easy for him to get over to third. More pressure on the Big Train pitcher now.
Full count from Winter. This one kind of sawed off up the middle. Gramesty after it. It's going to get down. Malvasio will pick it up and right. And another RBI. The Braves have retaken the lead for the first time since the second inning. Mocklin credited the RBI on that base hit.
As you said, the Braves finding their rhythm and momentum here, becoming a force to be reckoned with here as the Big Train have showed where they're vulnerable, and Braves have found those spots and hit right to them.
Yeah, Christopher Crease Jr. got things going with that triple after a drop third strikeout. Got a runner on. Kagan could not find a pass ball that bounced off his shin in a tough manner over the right side and did not get where he needed. So, Crease, the conductor there, the former trombone band member, got the rhythm going. 1-0. Friday delivers, and Robert Kelly's nowhere near a fastball. Or, excuse me, a slider.
Big swing from the All-Star as he wants to join the hitting derby here. Not MLB, but Braves. Plenty of chances to show their caliber.
1-1 pickoff. Carpenter back over to the short, and Coleman got him. Well done by Winter. And the base paths have not gone well so far for the Big Train, but they are able to get that one in and out, get one out back from that drop third strikeout. So a mistake from us, a mistake from them, and I guess you could say we're all even, Zach.
Well, that's exactly right, and Winter's a little spidey sense there.
1-1 tattooed up the middle, and Gramesty is there. So a line out into center field to end things as 3 runs are plated, a triple, a double, and a single. All are RBI recipients, started by Crease Jr., the conductor of the offense for the Braves. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th stretch, now down 1 on the Big Train Baseball Network. So it's Mosman back on. The New York Violet will have an opportunity to go here for the Braves this summer. And comes on a bit late into the season, but he's been a very good break for these Big Train to deal with. If you are the Braves, at their perspective, they'll need him to hold against a deadly Big Train lineup with 9 outs remaining to try and claw back down 1. I'm Carson Cass. Zach Lewis in the booth with you. 7th inning stretch. We have got very little baseball left, only 5 frames, and this one is a tight matchup between 2 playoff contenders.
Well, just when you think the Big Train pitching might just see this one out with a slim lead, the Braves come back as that one from Mascola was hit hard into center.
Going to get into the glove likely of Peltier here, as it does. Hit that one very hard to the wrong part of the ballpark, as it's very tough to hit one over the center field wall. The only time we've seen it this year is Emilio Gonzalez, who rides the bench for now. Likely a night off after taking a pretty hard hit by pitch directly to the center of the forearm on the outside part of his arm, which is literally the worst place ever to get hit in my mind. I mean, except, obviously, the obvious there. 5-4 their lead as first pitch missing a little bit low to Casey Carpenter, who's had a good night tonight.
We have seen 2 pitches dink off the top of that fence in center.
This one won't get that far. Popped up on the infield, a can of corn, as another pop out to that right side. 2 outs quickly.
Mosman proving to be a very tough man to face on the mound. The Braves happy they found guy of his caliber to join them before the playoffs this season, as he could be a player to add to this roster who could surprise some people in the playoffs, I believe. You know, still sitting in the 4 or 5 spot range, but could do some damage against the top seed.
Yeah, and I think one thing to note, I think for me, is you do have to actually think in your head, like, oh yeah, like it is true that we are looking at teams that are quote, playoff contenders, but I mean, these guys are championship contenders, no doubt. How the playoff format works, so if they are the 4 seed, they would get an automatic bye into round 2. There's the wild card series, which is between the 5 seed, 0-2 now, delivered, righty. Ground ball right side, Gramisty picked up by the third baseman over to first. We'll go with the playoff format after this inning as we head to the top of the 8th, 5-4, 3 up, 3 down. Mosman efficient on the mound. The New York Violet has been nothing but blooming. Starts the Orlando, Florida native, Zach Kyle Hopper, right-hander, on to try and get through this 7th.
Kyle Hopper.
Through the 8th, sorry.
Through the 8th inning here now. Top of the 8th, we have Hopper on the mound. He has played in 7 games. 2 of those starts for him, so as a man we've seen a little bit starting, but mostly relieving. Series 16.1 innings pitched, 4.41 ERA, a whip of 1.65, 8 earned runs and 16 strikeouts. So been a man who comes in and does his job most of the nights. Does have an ejection this year against Olney after he was done pitching there, so had to sit out 2 that one, but very good on the mound.
So Brady delivers, and first pitch in there. Some serious velocity to Colin Lott to start things out. Kyle Hopper ends the night of Landry Winter, who had at least a better start, or better outing to the start of his season, as 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, is better with 3 earned runs than his previous 4 allowed, as he did strike 2 out.
Obviously a tough situation for Winter to come into the team so late, as losing a couple of pitchers to the big train. That one does find the outside of the zone there. Colin Lott not so happy about it, but the count is 1-2.
Yeah, and especially noting that we saw guys finally get their rhythm in late June, and he just doesn't have that time. Like Wines, who's been elite since he found it, but he had a rough start to the year. 1-2, and he got him. Hopper with a fantastic slider. Lott's nowhere near it, and the Western Michigan will have to go back to Kalamazoo to find that one.
You know, obviously it's baseball anywhere you go, but when you come into a new league, and specifically when people are hitting with wooden bats versus aluminum, and you know, it's a difficult situation for any player to adjust to a league that quickly.
First pitch missing inside to Aiden Albright. Hopper given a tough spot here. He'll have to try and get a hold, as it is a game within 1. In that only game, he actually had a fantastic outing, actually. Allowed 1 run in 4 innings of relief against Olney.
Hopper early in this one has successfully found both the inside corner on this one and the outside corner on the last batter.
Hit well down the line, but foul from the bat of Albright, who is 0 for 2 tonight.
Hopper doing well to find those hard-to-reach portions while still within the zone. Good strikes from him.
Yeah, Hopper will likely go through these 2 innings. He hasn't had a outing below that marker. He's also had 2 starts, as that one is right on the outside corner. Caught him looking as Albright, the second strikeout victim in the 8th. 2 outs.
Pocket strike for Hopper. He is rolling now. One more here. He looks to hold on to this one.
Matt Wright now, the left fielder, will watch one on the inside. He's kind of has to move out of the way. Hopper 3-0 this season. Big had a tendency to come back when he's in the game. Well, none of those wins earned in either of his 2 starts, as it is now his 8th appearance on the mound. 4.41 ERA is really similar to his 4.43 ERA through 22 innings at Jacksonville. 2-0. Ground ball right side, scooped by Carpenter, and there's the 3rd out. Highly efficient from Hopper. And we'll be back in the bottom of the 8th. 6 more outs remaining as they try and erase a 1-run deficit on the Big Train Baseball Network. So another inning of work, bulk relief for Mosman. He is now in inning number 4, tailed the likes of Reston, Maine. Both gave up 2 runs. Through 3 innings, he has allowed 0 hits, 0 base runners outside of a strikeout, and no runs, notably, as he's also, or outside of a walk, excuse me, as he has also allowed a double. Did get credited with a double instead of an error, but 3 strikeouts.
First pitch to Coleman.
Whoa.
Plate.
0-1. Big wave at that one. Coleman, we mentioned, only struck out 1 time before today. Seems that bug has come back to bite him, and he's definitely itching that bite. 0-2. Missed high, same pitch. Mosman couldn't get him. Pretty quick working reliever, Mosman. He's not as tall as other guys, but he is certainly pounding the zone, which is something you need out of your relief arms. 1-2. Pitch low. Had a 3 whip and a 0 ERA coming into this. He walked the bases loaded in his first game. If you're seeing some bright flashes, that's our cameraman right below the booth with his very bright flash. 2-2. This one in the air to right. Coleman does well to hit it, but it is caught ultimately by Albright. Leadoff man is out.
Mosman continues to make quick work of the Big Train batters. They really can't find anything against him, as he has been pretty much perfect since he's come in.
Oh, correction, I apologize. He actually did not allow that double. That was the inning prior, so no hits allowed for Mosman. Yet, hopefully, if you are a Big Train fan. If not, if you're a Braves fan, you're like, no. Be quiet, Carson. I'm Carson Cass in the booth with Zach Lewis. I won't be quiet. 1-0 from Mosman to the man tailing, Gagan, as he watches another one. Good discipline for him. Only base runner was allowed on a walk was Logan Panetta in the 6th for Mosman.
Gagan does have an RBI single in this one. Shows bunt. Pulls it back at the last second.
2 high fastballs there. He doesn't bite either. Well disciplined for the catcher. Now committed to Norfolk State. I know a lot about their baseball program, but their football program, Mike Vick coaches it. 3-0. He pulls back, and he walked him 4 pitches. Tried to bunt on 3 of them, but could not lay one down. He pulled back every time. Always called a ball, and he will have first base the way of the free pass.
Will Hack comes in again as a courtesy runner for Gagan, as he will look to do the damage on the pads for the catcher, who did a good job to be patient and force Mosman to throw him over to first base via the walk.
So, pretty big juxtaposition as we're in the 8th here. That one missing inside. Before this inning, the last 4 innings had seen 2 base runners for Bethesda, and the first 3 innings saw 15. 5 for their deficit. They have struggled against Mosman, has allowed the Braves back into this as 1-0 strike called on Johnson. He's been a pretty good moniker of how this game has gone as he batted the first 3 innings, 2 RBI singles, a walk. Only seen the plate 1 time in the 6th where he grounded out on the first pitch since. 1-1 missed inside. Patience prevailing for Johnson as now into a better count.
Johnson has been up to the plate lots of times here, almost every inning.
2-1. Grounded foul backwards as it goes 5-hole on Johnson. Can't get solid contact. You know, if they win this game, you have to probably give Mosman your MVP here for them.
Oh, absolutely the player of the game for them so far. If they are able to finish this one out, obviously still a close ball game. 3 frames left. We're in the bottom of the 8th.
2-2. Big swing and a miss. Another K for Mosman. He is just another caliber of player right now, and Parker Corbin will tail. Replacing the second baseman right earlier. He's 0 for 2. He replaced the 1-1 with a walk right.
One of 3 players who does play catcher in the starting lineup for the Big Train tonight.
He is at second, Gramsty the other at center, and Gagan's catching actually. So they're back to first. Mosman couldn't get him. His first pickoff attempt of the evening. Back to first. And again, the pickoff attempt doesn't get him. Pretty close that first time for the guys trying to get Will Hack, who is the courtesy runner, hasn't been maybe as locked into this game as he's had to be. It's like a DH, but here on the field even less, as called strike on the upstairs inside corner. A little high for Corbin's taste.
He shrugs it off and steps back in the box, but that one
Maybe ours too.
maybe a little bit high.
He's been calling it there all night. 0-1. Corbin with 2 strikeouts looking today. At a certain point, he's got to adjust to the zone, but Corbin's done a very good job with that. He's found himself into 3 ball counts both times and struck out looking after 2 crushed foul balls. It's just been bad luck, I would say, for him.
Yeah, an unlucky night so far. I'd love to turn those luck around.
There's some good luck into the outfield. A bloop single. Runner will go to third as it's a tough bounce. It rolls sideways, and a double for Parker Corbin. 5-4 lead for the Braves, but in serious damage. Mosman's first hit paves the way for 2 runners in scoring position.
Well, luck be a lady tonight. Parker Corbin will enjoy that one after he almost had one leave the ballpark, but foul ball pull in the way of that one. Nothing in the way there down the left side line. 2 runners in scoring positions for Mosman, who now have a tough at bat to keep his scoreless streak alive.
Corbin's such a talented hitter, finally getting a break there. Well earned for him. Very selective. Some calls that didn't go his way today because he does not let the game change his strikeout zone. As now it's Logan Panett. He walked his last time up against Mosman, as that one misses again quickly into a 2-0 count. Your young reliever, who has not pitched a lot in college and not a lot here, in a 4th inning, you're going to have to take advantage of this. Panett, 2-0, hitters count. That's a good shot here. Great breaking ball, but he doesn't bite. 3-0.
Really good job there from Panett. He is forcing Mosman to throw him one his way, and how has a green light on a 3-0.
Missed high, and Panett will walk. So they've got Mosman surrounded. This will likely be his night. They'll call to the bullpen to try and figure out something here. Tough situation. I'm curious if they will actually go to that bullpen. I'm unsure when that arm started going. But either way, likely going to see typical depth here with 2 outs. All they need is a single ground ball from the likes of Zach Malvazio, a guy who has very hard to deal with when he is on. He's been a bit cold as of late. They'll leave Mosman in this game. He's been a higher caliber tonight, and they'll give him his jam to work with.
You know, here at the ballpark at Shirley Povich, we do a pick to click with prizes for those who pick someone to get a hit and a home run. The ballpark tonight. If I had a pick to click, it would be Zach Malvazio, as he's quite good. He already has a double today, and Mosman maybe wouldn't have picked him if he had to choose his bases loaded batter to have up at the box.
Malvazio, first pitch. He'll watch it go. Strike 1. Bit of a hanging curveball. It's a really tough spot to be in. Want to be patient. Mosman's been struggling to hit the zone. 0-1. Hit well into left field, but it's not going to have the distance. Too much air under it, and well worked through by the Braves. They hold their 5-4 lead. 3 runners stranded. Big Trainer unable to come up with anything after a walk, a double, and another walk. Leads the bases loaded. All of them are left on. We'll be right back. Top of the 9th. They have a chance to add on to that 5-4 lead on the Big Train Baseball Network. So one more chance to add on here for the Metro South County Braves on the Big Train Baseball Network. Kyle Hopper will try and hold the line. He was efficient last time through 2 strikeouts and a ground out in just over 6 pitches. For those 2 strikeouts, that's 7, as I did it again there. I tend to have a tendency to do that with those 2 numbers somehow. Only 8 pitches his last time up. Sawed off backwards as it's caught by the man on deck. Not an out. But Ball rules, he would have just got his teammate out.
Yeah, probably would have there, and would have sent him back to the dugout dancing.
0-1, probably. Only crop dusters to Sorry. Only crop dusters do a Cotton Eye Joe, I believe, in the 7th inning instead of a 7th inning
fifth.
stretch. Fifth
They
inning?
still do their stretch.
They did it
but
in the third. I remember that 7th-inning game, which is why I was confused. I had no idea when it was anymore. As the 1-1 is in there, it always makes me laugh seeing Ali, the commentator there, doing it. That one time we were there. 1-2, and that one's outside. Hopper can't place it.
Hopper did well, as you mentioned. His last inning here going to be the guy to go through these two, barring a disaster, but needs to find the zone here on the 2-2.
Ben Robinson, already homered tonight, fouls one off himself there. He's all right, and 2-2. They'll dance again. You know, tough part about All-Star games is sometimes you leave hurt, and that's so sad. Junior Caminero, one of the bright stars of the game, left the AL All-Star game hurt. That really does suck. 2-2, Hopper. Robinson can't get any of it. He waves him. Hopper, another strikeout. He maintains dominance from the bullpen. 5-4, still the lead, as that's the first out, excuse me.
Hopper trying to breathe life back into the Big Train, who still are in a deficit, have the bottom of the 9th to rectify it, but Hopper delivers again here, fast but inside.
That's a slider. Behan thought it was going to hit him, but it kind of works its way almost back into the zone there. Nearly a called strike. 1-0. Ratty delivers, and check swing from Behan, called strike on the outside corner. Couldn't believe it. Bit of a knee buckler, which is kind of what happens is the guys kind of, like, when they can't believe it, almost every time they straighten their knees and move their heads forward, which is a pretty standard disbelief, I think, stance. Muscles go into shock. 1-2. Because you're shocked. Hence the name. Hopper delivers, and another K. He is rolling. Trying to put some energy into this team, momentum any way they can, as he's got his 4th K through 5 batters.
Hopper leaping through outs here. Has 2 down, 1 more 2 hurdle.
They'll try and leapfrog this momentum. Ratty Hopper delivers. It's sawed off right side. Crease already a triple today, and a lucky bounce as it spun off the glove of Carpenter. They'll call that an infield hit. I think that's the right moniker. Tough play to make, and another hit on the day for Crease, who started out with a strikeout, but has since played tugboat and rated his ship.
A tough play for Carpenter over there at first. It kind of eats him up there as there's a weird bounce, and it's hit pretty hard, so Crease rightfully gets the single there, but
it's a bunt up the middle. Gagan has to throw to first. Tough guy to beat, but he does. Leadoff man Owen Peltier tried to catch them sleeping, but the Big Train are wide awake. They'll need an energy boost here. Some caffeine down 5-4. Late the witching hours. Last 3 outs for the Big Train in the bottom of the 9th. The Big Train Baseball Network. So the two-way first baseman will go the way of right-handed pitcher Ryan Henson. Big righty will have his 4th appearance of the mound.
Mary Washington, player here, played in 3 games, at least on the mound for the Braves. 3.2 innings pitched, an ERA of 4.91, a whip of 2.16. 2 runs, 2 of them earned, and 1 strikeout so far for you said, both the infield player at first base and right-handed pitcher, Ryan Henson, for the Metro South County Braves, as the Big Train look to come back from a 1-run deficit. They are down 4-5. They need some magic here in the night. Foscolo up to bat first for them.
1 to tie it, 2 to win it. We've yet to see extras all season in a game that's gone pretty quick. I say I'd like to see it go a little longer. 9:30, a single swing can tie this ball game up, but it'll be up to Ryan Foscolo to get the bats hot after some energy they'll try and jump off of with hoppers to strike out 8th and 9th. 5-4, the lead for Metro South County as Henson's first pitch is missed outside. Kind of an interesting guy to go to. Three innings. He's had a bit of a walk problem, but he's only allowed 3 hits.
Mosman not given the nod to continue.
I think that was probably right. Guy who has not seen any starts in college, never went over 2 innings in college, and very suddenly he saw 4 innings of work, which he thrived in. 1-1. That one in there. It's a good strike on the outside corner. Mosman went 4 innings, 1 hit allowed, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Very good day for the NYU product, who has allowed in that 4 innings as many walks, or as many base runners as he did in the .2 innings of the season previous.
It's been a big last week from Foscolo, who has had lots of RBIs to his name. Started this game away at the Gaithersburg Giants, where he had 3 there, and several games this last week. It's Aces, Senators, Crap Dusters with 1. As well as a game the last couple of days where he had 2 as well. So, but a big hitter for the Big Train.
Been very good. I was going to just reiterate your point there. As 2-2, he dances again now on that same even count at Dos. Foscolo, some big hits this season. His RBI total has ballooned as of late. You mentioned need something big here to get things going. Henson delivers. Foul backwards, and he's going to make him work for it on the mound. A Ryan duel. Duel of the Ryans. 2-2. Ground ball left side. Collected by Robinson. Throw to first. Got him for the first out of this bottom of the 9th. Henson a tough time with Foscolo, but he's ultimately able to get him.
Foscolo retired there. That's the first out for these Braves as they look to secure their win here away at the Big Train.
5-4. Just need a run. First strike in there to Carpenter. Hit a solo shot earlier, 0 for 2 since then. 2 for 4 on the night overall. Or 1 for 3, excuse me, a walk, not a single. 0-1, hit well, but caught! Robinson! He stole one in an absolute robbery for the second out of the inning.
Crucial play there as it goes from a potential base hit, maybe even extra bases there, and instead it's 2 outs. Retired back to the dugout there for the Big Train man, and TJ Gramercy now steps up to the plate with a tall task ahead of him.
Down to their final out. First pitch inside, called strike on Gramercy. I mean, that is a tough one for Carpenter. He hit that ball so hard, and Robinson, who's had a pretty significant number of 2s tonight, that's out number 2 with 2 outs remaining for the Big Train. He hit a 2-run home run earlier. He wears number 2. 0-1. He will hope there is no significant 2s on the board tonight for Bethesda, as they are down 1. 2 would win it in this bottom of the 9th, as that one misses. Ground ball, left side. Robinson collects. It's barely fair. Has to make a tough throw, and what a night. He gets the last out of the game. Well served. Robinson. A 2-run homer to give them the lead in the first place. They lose it, but come back after 4 innings from San Mosman. Give them that 5-4 lead. Enough breathing room for anybody to get as much breath as they want. They take just enough. A 5-4 win for the Braves. Big credit to their pitching staff in the second half for recovering.
Some individual brilliance shining through here for the Braves as they topple the league leaders here. Both 1 and 2 lose tonight in matchups here. Toss up anyone's game here in the league. Who will take the #1 spot? The Big Train will be back tomorrow for their stake at the claim to go into the playoffs with the #1 seed.
Very big loss tonight for Olney and Southern Maryland, who are now both 2 games back. Southern Maryland plays tomorrow at 4, but we will be right back here in this very spot at 7 p.m. against the Gaithersburg Giants, who are still fighting for playoff spots. A great night tonight from the hitting staff in the first 3 innings, not so much the last 6. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis. Thank you very much for watching, and continue to be kind, as we will be back in just over 21 hours for Gaithersburg here at Shirley Povich.